Hey, how's your day going? I just wanted to make this video of a project I worked on so that I didn't have to go through so many batteries on all my equipment that I have for my haunted house and stuff like that, all my sound equipment. Let me ask you guys how many people have been so frustrated with going through a pack of batteries on something that shouldn't require that much power, and then you have to go out and buy a whole new package, and then like right when you get home you put the new batteries in, and then within maybe 10 minutes of running the thing will tell you, oh, low battery. I'm like, that is asinine. I mean, it is so frustrating. And I mean, I'm talking about these CD players. They're just Walkmans. I mean, who, takes one of these and goes jogging? Come on. I mean, I don't go jogging with these, but because these ones are old and they don't have a very good anti-skip. But I've gone through 6 batteries within like an hour with one of these things, and it's so frustrating. So let me know. I would love to know what you have that frustrates you with using batteries. These are the things that frustrate the most, and all kinds of other things I have too. I have a couple of props that I use that frustrate me as well. And what I've done is I have found a really cool solution. I have built power sources for all of them that you require batteries, so that now I don't have to use batteries anymore. Now I don't have to spend so much because, what's a pack of batteries? Like $10 or something? So that saves me $10. I mean, even though in the short run, the power source does cost me a little bit of money, but I've actually been lucky and I've been finding a whole bunch of them at Goodwill, my local Goodwill, for like 99 cents a piece, and happens to be just a cord with a standard little plug on the end, and it just plugs into the side on certain CD players or whatever you want. Just get the right size and make sure the polarity's right and the voltage. And what I did is I soldered 2 wires onto the end of this little thing I got at Radio Shack. You can get those for Radio Shack at like $6.99. It's really great. And what I did is I got just an old cell phone charger that puts out 5 volts, 550 milliamps, and the CD player requires 4.5 volts DC. Pretty much anything that's 4.5 volts, I heard from the technical electrical guy that I know at Radio Shack, he said pretty much anything that's 4.5 will happily run with no problem on 5 volts. So pretty much all cell phone chargers are 5 volts. So what I did is I just wired up the terminals the right polarity, positive and negative, and got the right ends, and now I just plug it in and I don't have any batteries, and it will run non-stop. So it's great. That one's a 4.5 volt one. This one requires 6 volts. I don't really understand why there's so much of a voltage difference, because 2 AA batteries is 3 volts, and how do you get 6 volts out of that? So not really sure why you couldn't just put 3 volts in there. So it's the asinine companies that do that. So that one requires 6 volts, so I couldn't find a 6 volt one that would power the one at Goodwill, so I had to buy one at Radio Shack, and this was like $22. 6 volts, 800 milliamps. It doesn't need to be 800 milliamps, but that's all they had. And it can be any milliamps or anything above 300, and they didn't have a 350 milliamp because this CD player requires 350 milliamps, not 300. And I have a whole bunch of 300 milliamp 6-volt power sources, but it wouldn't power it. It would turn on and then turn right back off. It wouldn't have enough power. So I had to go buy this one. All I did is just buy the right end on the end of the thing. I think this one's like in K or something. It's not a very big end. And just line up the positive and negatives and solder the 2 wires on, and then just slide the little threaded black cover on the end of it right here. I haven't finished hooking this one up yet because I have to file down the solder blob. It's a little big, and then it turns on pretty good. It's really nice. Then it saves you tons of batteries, saves you money. As long as you have a plug, you're good to go. Another thing that was really a big nuisance for me is a prop that I built, or actually didn't build. A friend of mine gave it to me. I love it. It's really cool. It's a plastic gravestone that has a face behind this flexible fabric. It's really, really cool. And what it does is when it lights up, the face moves out of the fabric and pushes itself against the fabric and looks like it's like talking to you. It's really cool. Its mouth moves and eyes glow red. And everything's motorized inside with the LEDs and stuff, the red LEDs, and that requires a ton of power. And it used to use 3 1.5 volts AA batteries, and it just guzzled power. And sometimes it wouldn't even, it's sound activated, so sometimes it wouldn't even have enough power to activate, and my guests from my haunted house would lose the sight of seeing it because it wouldn't work. So what I did is, this was the first project I worked on, putting a plug on. All I did was took the batteries out, took all the screws off the side, drilled a hole about 1/8 of an inch in diameter, or whatever the diameter of the wire is, and put the wire through, tied a knot in the back of it so that it wouldn't come out and strain all connections inside. Wired positive and negative to the right where the batteries were, and it worked great. And this one's 5.2 volts, 1 amp. So, and the nice thing is that this one, it's called a switching power supply. It's one of those more modern ones that you can put 100 to 240 volts, 50 to 60 hertz input. So you could probably you could bring this thing to any other country and it will work, but don't really need to. But it's pretty universal. You just plug it in. This one happens to have a little green light that tells you that it's power. Now that's lucky. That's a really nice feature. But it works great. I've had no problem with it dying anymore, and it just turns on every single time with the most sensitive clap. So it's really nice. And I used to be able to not have it activate with the batteries, so it's a nuisance with batteries. So let me know what you have that runs on batteries and what's a nuisance. I would love to know, because I can help you out on figuring out what you need to run yours, like if you need 6 volts or if you need 5 volts right here. And like I said, cell phone chargers are the best. They're just universal. A lot of times you can find them at yard sales without the cell phone, because people they lose the cell phone or lose the piece of electronics that go with it. They don't know what to do with it, so they just sell it for like 99 cents or 50 cents or whatever it is, and let me know, and I can help you guys out, whoever watches this, and I will help you out figure out how to save batteries, because it's a nuisance. So let me know, and please rate and comment my video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.